Eschatology by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. Eschatology is a complex and multifaceted concept that has been the subject of extensive study and debate across various religious, philosophical and theological traditions. The term eschatology is derived from the Greek words eschatos, meaning last, and logos, which was used to mean word, thought, principle or speech, but perhaps can be best translated here as study or discourse. Eschatology refers to the branch of theology concerned with the ultimate destiny of humanity and the universe, as well as the events and phenomena associated with the end of the world or the culmination of history. The origins of eschatological thought can be traced back to ancient civilizations, where the idea of a final judgment or a cataclysmic end of the world was often linked to religious and mythological narratives. In ancient Mesopotamia, for example, the Epic of Gilgamesh contains references to a great flood that destroys humanity, echoing similar motifs found in other ancient Near Eastern cultures. Similarly, in ancient Egyptian and Greek mythology, there are stories of divine judgment and the afterlife that reflect eschatological themes. In the context of the Abrahamic religions, eschatological beliefs are central to the religious worldviews of Judaism, Christianity and Islam. In Judaism, the concept of Olam Haba, or the world to come, is associated with the idea of a future messianic age and the resurrection of the dead. In Christianity, eschatology is a prominent theme in the New Testament, particularly in the writings of the Apostle Paul and the book of Revelation, which describe the return of Jesus Christ, the final judgment, and the establishment of a new heaven and a new earth. In Islam, eschatological beliefs are articulated in the Quran and the Hadith, which discuss the signs of the end times, the day of judgment, and the afterlife. Eschatological themes are also present in other religious traditions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, and Zoroastrianism, where they are expressed in diverse ways, reflecting the cultural and historical context in which these traditions emerged. In Hinduism, for example, the concept of pralaya refers to the periodic dissolution of the universe, followed by its regeneration, while in Buddhism there is a concept of the end times known as Maitreya, who is believed to be a future Buddha who will appear on earth and usher in a new era of enlightenment. However, unlike some other religious traditions, Buddhism does not have a specific apocalyptic end-time scenario with cataclysmic events. The focus in Buddhism is more on individual enlightenment and liberation from suffering, rather than a grand final judgment day for all humanity. In Zoroastrianism, the end time is known as Frasho Kareti, which means making wonderful. It is believed that at the end of time there will be a final battle between the forces of good and evil, with good ultimately triumphing and bringing about a new era of peace and prosperity. This concept of a final judgment and the ultimate triumph of good is central to Zoroastrian eschatology. Eschatology holds significant theological and existential significance within religious traditions. It provides a framework for understanding the ultimate purpose and meaning of human life, as well as the relationship between the individual and the divine. Eschatological beliefs often address fundamental questions about the nature of good and evil, the problem of suffering, and the possibility of redemption and salvation. In many religious traditions, eschatology is intertwined with ethical teachings and moral imperatives, shaping the way believers understand their responsibilities to themselves, to others, and to the world around them. For example, in Christianity, the belief in the second coming of Christ and the final judgment serves as a source of hope and encouragement for believers, inspiring them to live virtuous lives and to remain steadfast in the face of adversity. Similarly, in Islam, The anticipation of the Day of Judgment and the accountability before Allah motivates Muslims to uphold justice, compassion, and righteousness in their actions and relationships. In Buddhism, the eschatological goal of attaining nirvana is inseparable from the ethical injunction to cultivate wisdom, compassion, and ethical conduct as a means of transcending the cycle of suffering and rebirth. Eschatological beliefs also play a central role in religious rituals, observances, and communal practices, serving to reinforce the moral and spiritual commitments of believers and to situate their lives within a broader cosmic and teleological framework. In many religious traditions, eschatological narratives and symbols are invoked in sacred texts, prayers, hymns, and liturgical rites, shaping the religious imagination and providing a sense of continuity and purpose across generations. The eschatological dimension of religious worldviews has profound implications for ethics and morality, as it offers a vision of the ultimate fulfillment of human destiny and the realization of cosmic justice. Eschatological beliefs often serve as a basis for moral reasoning and ethical decision-making, providing a transcendent horizon against which human actions and choices are evaluated and oriented. In many religious traditions, eschatological teachings underscore the importance of moral agency, accountability, and the pursuit of virtues as integral aspects of human flourishing and spiritual growth. The prospect of a final judgment or a karmic retribution encourages individuals to reflect on the consequences of their actions, to seek reconciliation and forgiveness, and to strive for personal and social transformation. Eschatological ethics often emphasize the virtues of humility, compassion, generosity, and integrity, as well as the imperative to address social injustices, alleviate suffering, and promote the common good. Moreover, eschatological beliefs can engender a sense of moral urgency and responsibility, prompting individuals and communities to confront ethical challenges and existential dilemmas with a heightened awareness of their long-term implications and cosmic significance. The eschatological perspective invites a critical reflection on the ethical dimensions of power, wealth, and privilege, as well as the ecological and intergenerational dimensions of moral agency and stewardship. In contemporary ethical discourse, eschatological themes continue to inform discussions on environmental ethics, social justice, human rights, and global solidarity, as they call attention to the interconnectedness of present actions and future consequences, and to the ethical imperatives of preserving the well-being of future generations and the integrity of the natural world. Eschatological beliefs have also exerted a profound influence on social and political movements throughout history, shaping ideologies, institutions, and collective aspirations. The eschatological vision of a redeemed or transformed world has inspired movements of social reform, liberation, and revolution, as well as efforts to confront oppression, inequality, and systematic injustice. In the context of Christianity, for example, the belief in the coming of the kingdom of God has animated movements of social justice, humanitarian aid, and non-violent resistance, as exemplified by the teachings of figures such as Martin Luther King Jr., Dorothy Day, and Desmond Tutu. The eschatological hope for a world characterized by peace, justice, and solidarity has motivated Christians to advocate for the rights of the marginalized, to challenge structures of violence and exploitation, and to envision alternative models of community and governance. Similarly, in Islamic eschatology, the expectation of the establishment of a just and equitable global order under the leadership of the Mahdi has inspired movements of social reform and political resistance, as well as efforts to promote Islamic ethics and values in the public sphere. The eschatological vision of a world free from oppression, tyranny, and corruption has animated Muslim movements for human rights, anti-colonial struggle, and the pursuit of social welfare and economic equity. Eschatological themes have also been invoked in the context of liberation theology, feminist theology, and indigenous spiritualities, where they have served as sources of empowerment, resilience, and resistance against systems of domination, cultural erasure, and environmental degradation. The eschatological imagination has been a wellspring of hope and courage for communities facing marginalisation, displacement, and cultural dislocation, providing a basis for the reclamation of dignity, agency, and cultural memory. In contemporary religious and philosophical discourse, eschatology continues to be a subject of debate and reinterpretation as scholars and theologians grapple with the implications of eschatological beliefs for contemporary challenges and existential uncertainties. The advent of globalisation, technological advancement, and ecological crisis has prompted renewed reflection on eschatological themes as they intersect with questions of human destiny, planetary stewardship, and the ethical dimensions of progress and development. The prospect of environmental catastrophe, nuclear proliferation, and geopolitical instability has led to discussions on the eschatological implications of human agency and the ethical responsibilities of political and corporate leaders. The urgency of addressing climate change, species extinction, and resource depletion has raised questions about the eschatological dimensions of ecological ethics, intergenerational justice, and the long-term viability of human civilization. In response to these challenges, scholars of eschatology are exploring the potential of eschatological thought to inspire ethical and spiritual responses to contemporary crises, as well as to foster interreligious dialogue, global solidarity, and the cultivation of a planetary consciousness. The reimagining of eschatological narratives and symbols in the light of contemporary scientific, ethical, and cultural insights is seen as a means of revitalising religious traditions, promoting ethical reflection, and fostering a sense of shared responsibility for the future of humanity and the earth. In conclusion, eschatology encompasses a rich tapestry of beliefs, narratives, and ethical imperatives that have shaped the religious, philosophical, and moral landscapes of human civilization. Its historical development, significance in religious traditions, implications for ethics and morality, and social and political implications attest to its enduring relevance and complexity as a subject of academic inquiry and existential reflection. Eschatology invites us to contemplate the ultimate horizon of human existence, the nature of cosmic order, and the ethical imperatives that guide our actions and decisions. By exploring eschatological beliefs and theories, we delve into questions about the purpose of life, the destiny of humanity, and the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. This contemplation can lead us to reflect on our own values, behaviours, and responsibilities towards each other and the planet we inhabit. Ultimately, eschatology challenges us to consider how our beliefs about the end times shape our understanding of the present moment and influence the way we engage with the world around us.